Hi Pinewood families, it's Mr. Nitz, and this video is for Friday, April 24th. It was great to see so many of you on Zoom last night. It was fun to hear what's going on in your lives and in your homes and how things are going. It was also nice to just take a break from work for a little bit and not talk about schoolwork and just talk about family and what you're doing to try to keep from getting bored and all that kind of good stuff. We'll probably try those about once a week. So if you weren't able to join us last night, we would love to see you next week on Zoom. A question that I've been hearing from a few families at Pinewood, but also just in the news lately, I've been hearing some families and parents and kids wondering, like, does my work really matter? Okay, so I guess there's two things that I can do to answer that question. The first one is, it's very obvious that things are different now, that work is different now, that homework, schoolwork, whatever you want to call it, it's very different now. So yes, I would agree that your schoolwork does matter, but I'm also not crazy to think that it's the same as when you're at school. But I can also answer it in two ways and say your schoolwork is important because you don't want to get behind and you don't want to fall behind. And this is an opportunity for you to stay fresh, to practice your skills, especially some of those important fifth grade math skills that you're going to need for middle school, and especially to keep your reader skills fresh so that you can continue to grow as a reader. Even the things we do in science and social studies are going to be a lot of reading and writing, like the social studies newspaper that we're reading. It's nonfiction reading. And so we want to make sure that you're staying on track and up to par with that. The second one is just the feeling of knowing that I'm doing my best. And I hope that even though, it's very different now where some of you are sleeping in farther, you've got more time to do fun things like play video games and just relax with your family, but you want to do your best. And so I hope that we've kind of built that culture in our classroom of I want to be successful and I want to do my best. Those should be the two things that are driving you, even though it feels very, very different. So should you do your work? Yes. Should you try your best? Yes. Is it important? Yes. The answer to all those questions is a resounding yes. So it's Friday. Let's talk about what's going on today. And remember that weekends are still weekends. I know it's kind of hard to even think about the fact that Saturdays and Sundays are very different from weekdays. But when it comes to schoolwork, we've promised to, just give you 5 days worth of work. And really, if you don't count specials, 4 days worth of work. And if you've done your work and stayed on target, that you have Saturday and Sunday off from schoolwork. So let's dig into what today looks like. Today in math is a Prodigy Day. Now, at first, that might sound like, oh, good, I don't have to do anything. Well, you do. You do need to still get on Prodigy. I get a weekly report. I get it on Mondays for what students did on the last week. So this Monday, I'll be able to find out who has been on Prodigy and who hasn't been on Prodigy. If you haven't been on Prodigy all week, that's fine. Just get on Friday and get some questions in. It's already set up as an assignment to work on multiplying fractions, so just continue the good work that you've been doing this week. I got about 18 Schoology responses to the homework from today, the exit ticket. It was just 2 problems, so if you didn't turn it in today, turn it in on Friday. Prove to me that you know how to multiply fractions and can show it with the visual model and with the number sentence. In reading today, you're going to be back on Raz Kids for one more day of character traits. You're going to read a short selection called Gamel's Realization. It's just one of those one-page read-alouds. You probably already printed off the character traits card that could help you complete the assignment. This is an assignment that will be submitted into Raz Kids. This is the first one where you're actually turning it into Raz Kids. You don't need to turn it in to me. You can submit it right on Raz Kids. The only people that might be doing it on real paper are the ones who have a paper packet. And then that's up to you whether you want to send it to me as a picture or just turn it in with your homework packet when you turn it in on May 4th. Lastly, in social studies, you've been reading that social studies weekly all week and practicing the vocabulary words. You need to take the online quiz. It's only 10 questions. They are all multiple choice. It's probably like a 10-minute question Mrs. Clark and I have added a short Revolutionary War trivia activity to do when you are done with your quiz. As I've mentioned earlier in the week, you can be getting up to about episode 10 in Liberty's Kids if you haven't done those yet. And that's your work for the day. So a review real quick. Math, go on Prodigy, multiply fractions. I would say spend 20 minutes or more. Reading, go into Raz Kids, look at the assignments, scroll down to the bottom of the screen, read Gamel's Realization, and do the activity that goes with it. It's on Raz Kids. You'll turn it in on Raz Kids. Then go to Social Studies Weekly online and review the text if you want to, take the quiz, and then jump into that trivia game for a little bit. Also, don't forget, just like every day, I'll be on Schoology from 12 to 12:30 in open conference hours. And remember, that means at any time between 12 and 12:30, you can get on to ask me questions, to get help with your work if you're struggling with something. I'd be more than happy to help you, even if it's just having trouble logging into something or getting something to work. If I can help you out with technology. Today I just had one visitor during Schoology conference hours, and so I'm hoping that means that people are figuring things out, how to log in and how to get rolling. Most of all the password things have cleared up, so I think that means that people are getting used to doing things online. Well, it's Friday, and I know that sounds like it might not be a big deal, but let's say TGIF, and we made it through another week of online school. There are 7 more, so it's kind of crazy to think of it that way. But you guys are doing great. I believe in you. You can do this, and you're going to be successful. I believe that you are. Have a great day, and I will talk to you soon.